Hey everybody, how's it going? Gribbs here. So, in today's video, this is going to be a tutorial on how to edit your shuffle clip, or really anything, in Adobe Premiere. This is the 2024 um, edition software. I do pay for it. It's like really cheap actually. It's like 15 bucks. I think it's like 20 to 25 bucks, but if you go into Adobe, you sign up, and then you go into settings, and then you act like you're gonna cancel your membership, they will actually cut you a better deal. They'll say, "Oh no, please stay, and we'll only charge you like 10 or 15 bucks." So just a little tip for you there, and you can do that with, I think, any one of their um, other softwares too. So I think I have this, and I have Adobe Lightroom, and that's it. Um, Also, Adobe Premiere, if you're not familiar, it comes with Adobe Media Encoder, which if you don't know what a media coder is, I can explain that later. That just is basically a way to export your clip while you are busy working on other things on your computer or whatever. Um, because if you export from the software directly from Adobe Premiere, you can't close out this page. You're stuck watching a loading screen. Thankfully for us though, when you're exporting like a minute to maybe 2-3 minute shuffle clip, it does, it only takes like a few minutes. So, but sometimes, when I do previous battles and I'm splitting up clips of like a whole hour of like 20, 30 dancers, I usually would split up all the clips, put them in a nest, it's called, and then I would, go to export, send over to media encoder, and then that will download in the background while I can minimize this and continue working on whatever else I need to do. So, but bear with me, all of that will be explained, or if I need to explain it, I will. But I will show you just the basics of how to get your shuffle video onto Premiere, um, edited 100%, color grading, effects like transition effects and stuff like that, to the best of my ability. And I will show you. I'll show you the ropes. That way you can, and I'll show you probably the most difficult for me in the first 3-4 years. Trying to figure this learning curve out was the export settings, but Adobe has made it a lot easier now to export your clip. Thank goodness, because it just used to be a total mess. Now they have preset like low, medium, and high bitrate options, which you can adjust just by clicking on the button, and it'll do that for you. So, yeah, let's begin. So first things first, open up Adobe, and this is what you're gonna see. You're gonna label, open up a project, title it. I just have untitled right now. I have the other project that we're actually going to be working on. I started working on it, and then I said, you know what, I'm going to I want to record this and show people the process. Because one, I need to do it for myself because I'm going to learn more. And two, I've been wanting to show people how to do this for a while. So, no better time like the present, like now. So, anyways, label your project when you open it up, when you open up Adobe. And if you use anything else, that's okay. It all basically is the same thing across different platforms. Adobe is a lot more user friendly than it used to be, in my opinion. Some of it hasn't changed, but some of it has. And, I'm not the master at it, but I have learned enough to get my videos on and then exported and then looking pretty clean on Instagram, and as well as YouTube and Facebook, anywhere else. So next thing is you're going to want to import your media here, okay? And these are all very important to pay attention to. This is called your source panel. You got your project panel right here. You got your program panel, and you got your timeline. The timeline is where you do all the editing. Project panel is just where all of the clips and projects will sit. The source is where things like effects controls and all of this stuff will be to edit it. It's kind of like the source of different, audio, color grading a little bit here and there, effect controls. Color grading will be over here, by the way. I just see the Lumetri scopes. This is just, let me take that back. It's a place to monitor. You kind of monitor it, as well as, different effects and stuff like that. So, color grading will be on the right. The program panel is kind of like a preview panel. So while you press play here, the footage will be playing up here, okay? So that's just kind of the gist. Now I'm going to open up the actual project that I'm working on already. Kind of save us a little bit of time. Let me go back here. Open recent. Let's go to Michelle. That's the name of it. Okay, good. Here it is. So this is the project. Okay. So here I have all the clips that we did at this park called Papago in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. This is my home state. And we wanted to make a cool video. My friend Michelle here, I'm going to mute this for a second. This is the song. As you can see here, it's playing. This is all done in 4K. I'll show you here. This is where you kind of see your frame rate and what you recorded in. As you can see here, you drag it over. You'll see this 38 by 40 times 2160. That's 4K. I have a Sony A7 IV camera that lets me record at really nice high quality. Also, if you want to move your panels back and forth, you go to the blue bar, or these sides right here, and that's how you drag. If you ever get lost or things get off screen like that, you just drag it back and forth like this. Okay, and you can adjust it to fit your needs, comfortability, stuff like that. So these are all your tools right here. I only use a few of these right now, as this is only for shuffle videos and, making basic cuts and stuff. And, there's still a lot that I can learn, but like I said, I know enough to get me through. So, again, let's begin. So, first things first, you want to import all your clips here. You'll double click. You gotta double click where you have space. This window is gonna pop up, right? You're gonna go to your desktop and you're gonna pick from whatever, wherever it is. And here's Michelle right here. Here's all the clips I already uploaded. Okay. Now you have two options. You can trim all this on your desktop and kind of get things how you want it, or you can trim it up in Adobe. And to keep it even more organized, you can also create things called bins. Where is it at? So it says new bin. So if you want to create a bin, you could put like dance videos or dance. Excuse me. You could put shuffle dance clips. Hit enter. You could make another bin that has like visuals or / B-roll. If you don't know what B-roll is is building up to like the video or the drop. So you can have B-roll, and you can drag these clips in each one. Like you can let's see here. You can click it. You click it again, just like I did before, and you can have all those all your clips separately and nicely organized. So where is it? So Michelle. So I would drag, let's say, half of these, or let's just pretend these are all those clips, right? The dance clips or the visual clips. And if you want to go back, then you just go back to, you click project. Sometimes this will get dragged over here off to the sides. Just drag it back over. So then you just kind of go back, and sometimes, as you can see here, everything just disappeared. So This is what I love about Adobe. So what you want to do is you want to come over here to these arrows, and you want to go over to click Michelle again, and it should pop up. Okay. So a lot of times you're gonna face a lot of like it is user friendly, but also it's like not. And there's just so many different buttons. Like, what does this do? You know, what is this? Automate to sequence. What does, what do all these do? You know, you can change the window. You can change it to bigger or smaller. You can change it to list view. I personally like to see my clips, so I leave them like that. But now, as you notice, the you can't really see the folders, so that's why I do like to keep it like this. And if you do it from the beginning, you'll have everything nice and neat and organized in these clips. Okay, so I forgot what the yellow means. I'll try and look that up later, and the blue as well. I think the yellow just means that it has been loaded into here, possibly, or it's been made into a sequence. This line right here with a bar through it, that means it's a sequence. Let me see. Let's see here. Yeah. And obviously these orange ones are the folders, okay? So yeah, feel free to organize your clips, and you will put them in there originally. I'm going to get rid of these because I'm kind of doing things the old-fashioned way, where you just have them right here. I drag everything over here, and I'm going to edit it all regardless. So remember how I said you can edit it on your desktop, or you can do it in here in Adobe. You can just split it up. So once you have all your clips, you're going to come over here to the this panel right here, okay? And we're going to, oops, didn't want to do that. So if you ever do anything on accident, you can always Control Z. I'm gonna get off of that, and let's see if I can bring that back. Let's see here. Where did that go? See, this is the fun thing about Adobe is you end up clicking things and you didn't mean to, and it's just like a big conundrum. So you can either reset, or you can start over. In September. next round of target resets. I will speak to Bruce and see if he still needs people. I appreciate your patience. I will definitely speak with you this week. Okay, so I've already taken the liberty and gone through to chop up a lot of these clips to kind of save time, but you're going to want to go through all of these, and usually the first thing I do, if you absolutely don't need the audio, usually the audio will pop up right here. Let me show you. Let's just drag a clip over here that I already have, and let's see, where is, oh, it didn't pop up. Okay, well usually, let's see if usually the audio will pop up right here as well, like a blue bar. This is a soundtrack that I grabbed off of YouTube, and the song is Rufus Du Sol, Until the Sun Needs to Rise, as you can see there. So we're just gonna Control Z, undo that clip. Now, obviously you wanna, this is the order. You wanna trim everything up. Then you kind of want to, it's basically like a puzzle. From left to right, obviously you want to fit everything together. And then you're going to color grade. If it needs color grading, you don't always have to color grade. If you want to fit a filter over it, or if you want to fit a, you know, you want to fit like a pre, yeah, like what do they call it? What do they call it? It's slipping away. You know, they have like pre, yeah, it's basically like a filter, like pre-edited filters that you'll put over the video, and then it'll basically fit the color of your matching, the color grading. So you don't always have to, like a lot of people like the teal and orange and stuff like that. You don't always have to do that. You don't have to go with what everyone else wants to go with. You know, like they have like graphics and stuff on the right here that you can even use. Oh, there's a lot of preloaded stuff. So Adobe comes fully packed, which I do. That's why I recommend like buying it. It's cheap. You know, it's only 10-15 bucks after you do the little you know, tip I told you about earlier. You know, you can even click on free. It'll search for free stuff over here. You know, you go to my templates and just look up, you know, local. You know, there's a lot of clicking around you gotta do, but you know, eventually you start to get the hang of it. And you know, honestly, I'm learning while we're doing this right now. So, anyways, let's get to it. So, I muted this track for the sake of just not being annoying, because there's a lot of back and forth. So I have the track muted for now, and if you want to mute your track, M for mute. Okay, then it's gone. If you ever want to lock this top panel, you just hit the lock button. And V stands for, you know, video 1. A1 is audio 1, as you can see here, okay? Obviously, if you want to unlock it, then unlock it. I'll explain some of the other tools as we go along. So I want to basically build up to walking up to this mountain here. See, this is the mountain right there. Let me get a better view here. Is this one? So this is kind of the mountain, the area that it's called Papago Park. and the sun was up, but it didn't poke up till a little bit later, which we did get some cool footage of the sun up. But as you can see here, the sunrise is coming up on those other mountains. There's a split right here. There's a road that goes through here. So you can see the mountain shining on that. That's why I wanted to capture that. But this is looking towards the east. Yeah, there's the shot that I wanted to show you. There's a nice path that goes all the way up. It's paved. You can go around the entire mountain if you want. And right here, as you can see, let's see if I can bring it up. If you do Control and then the little hyphen under the Escape key under the top left keyboard, it brings up the picture to full screen. So we did some dancing right here. We got some scenes right here. And the sun eventually pokes around on the right side right here, which you'll see later. So I'm going to Control and hit that little button again, the top left, brings it back to, if you ever get, lost, or it's like you have one window, open, and like the rest are missing, you go to Window, Workspaces here, and you can just click All Panels, and it should pop all the panels up again. Or if you just want one panel, whatever particular panel, you click on it. You can always click on Reset to Saved Layout, but you might possibly lose some stuff. So make sure you're always like Adobe. I don't think it saves. I don't think it auto saves. So make sure you're saving it, because sometimes it's rare, but it can crash. You gotta have a decent computer to do this kind of stuff, but make sure you're always saving your progress. Okay. So back to this. So next I'm going to make sure all my clips that I want are trimmed. I'm going to be getting rid of some. So now we're just kind of dive in. I just want you to just watch what I do, and yeah, I'll explain things as I go. Yeah, I was kind of playing with the shutter speed and the ISO here to get the right lighting, because although there was no sun on this side of the mountain, it was on the other side of the mountain, so it kind of messed with my lighting a little bit. There are things like ND filters and polarizers that you can use, but I didn't really think it was necessary that particular morning to use one, or I don't think I had it. I think it literally came the next day in the mail, the polarizer, or the the ND filter that I have. Anyways, so we're gonna take a little bit of this. Let's see here. Yeah, I did this twice, it looks like. So I think I'm gonna delete this one. Now if you delete a clip and you right click, you do ripple delete, it brings everything over from this point to this point. So if I want this next to this, I can just do that, but I don't really want that next to it, particularly right now. So I'm going to Control Z, get back to where I want. So I want this clip. This is good enough right now. I'm going to keep that as it is. It's good enough for me. Here's another clip of kind of some, this is like B-roll. We're capturing B-roll right now. As you can see, this is a good clip. I have the camera on a gimbal right now, so this is nice smooth footage that you're seeing here. I was trying to decide if I want to go left to right or right to left, but I think I like the left or the right to left here, because it just came out smooth up until she walks into the frame. So what I'm going to do is grab it, and I'm going to go right here. And a lot of this may or may not make sense, and you may have a version that is under mine. So don't worry about that. Just I would try and get the most updated version. That way you're seeing exactly what I see. We can kind of work off of the same, like structure, and same software. So I have that one. I'm thinking I definitely want to use this for like intro. As you can see, I might speed this up too if I want later. Okay, so I'm going to I'm gonna bring some things closer now. If it's ever hard to click like this, see how you're kind of going back and forth? You use this bottom one here to stretch things out. Then yes, it is kind of a pain, but you have to scroll over, drag it over. Sometimes you see that how it's like the, sometimes you drag it on the top by accident. You need to grab right here in the picture so you can actually drag it over. If you drag up here, I believe that is the opacity. Let me see here. Hang on a second. Where was that? Hang on a sec. Okay, hang on. Okay, so so we're going over this clip now. I did move a couple things around here. I was trying to figure something out. Like I said, I am learning as we're learning this, but this is going to be the long form version of it. And believe me, it is a learning curve. So here's another clip. Not bad. I think I'll keep this one around for now. And now you see how they snap together? They're magnetized. Now right here, if you come to the magnet, you undo that, you'll get to do it free, like free play. You see how it doesn't snap anymore? So we're gonna hit that, and I'm gonna keep that together with this one. I'm gonna keep all these together right now. So I'm gonna do ripple delete. I'm going to bring this closer so I don't have to scroll so much. I'm going to move this over, as you can see. Now you can also, if you ever need to move clips up, you have other slides here, other, I guess, kind of like project panel, like video panels. So if you ever need to move a clip up or overlay something, which we might do later, you drag it up on top like that, okay? So then maybe I'll move this clip over here. You're playing essentially two clips. So this one on the one on the top is going to be the one that always plays first. So just know that. So if I drag this out, it's still playing the top one, as you can see, okay? But then once it moves past, as you can see, it switches to this clip. So you can have clips up here, down here, up here, down here, all the way. It could be jagged. It doesn't matter. It's as long as they're connected right here, as you can see. As long as they're connected right there, it's gonna play it seamlessly and smoothly. And if you don't know what this yellow and red bar is, I'll explain that later as well. That's gonna have to do with something called rendering. Okay. So yeah, let's get back to this clip. I'm gonna put that right there for a sec, drag this back. See, and sometimes you get that, which is really interesting. So we're gonna ripple delete. Just make sure you're never dragging the clip like that. Like make sure you're like deleting, because it will delete stuff if you go like that. So just Control Z if you ever make a mistake. Okay. I'm gonna bring this next clip over. Okay, it's more walking. As you can see, I'm messing with the valley here, walking up to the mountain. You see how it's a little shaky too? You don't want that shaky. You want nice, smooth footage like this. This right here is kind of what I wanted. So I'm gonna, now you probably saw me do this earlier and I didn't explain it. So when you get this red bar, it means you're dragging it over the duration. So you can drag it you know, so you want to drag it to where you want it and then simply let go. So I want it right about there. Actually a little farther back. If you want to move it back, just grab it again, move it back. And you see how it's a little shaky right there? I don't want that. I probably want it right about there. Right there. This is like perfect. This is kind of what I want. Till about right. Yeah, maybe right there. That's okay. Oh, see, it gets a little shaky again. My gimbal was acting up that day, and I actually decided on that day that I need to get a new one. Yeah, so I don't want that little. You want, you know, as many micro movements as possible. You don't want a lot of movement because you want to be able to show off the clean, smooth, precise. You know, that's the professionalism of having a gimbal, if you will. So we're gonna put this right here. What's this next clip here? So this is kind of more B-roll, as you can see. Just walking up to this one of the mountains. As you can see, I'm kind of like going right to left here, which I like that. I think I'm going to use that. So I'm going to drag. Boom, look how nice and clean that is. Now, let's just say for a second we want to play. We say we want to play it to see how it looks. Let me just unmute. I'm going to hit play. You can slow. Yeah, don't worry about the washed out sky. That'll be fixed. You know, see how I was adjusting it there. So you kind of see the magic start to come together. You kind of see the magic start to come together when you edit the clips together. So I'm actually gonna bring this in a little bit because obviously I'm not gonna be using that that washed out part. When it's washed out, it's this, you know, when this sky's all white like that, you don't want that. If you could show the blue sky or any of the colors like sunset, sunrise, you want to do your best to expose those. Never, always film in a darker setting if you have to, because you can always brighten it, but you can never take the brightened part down unless you maybe have really advanced like AI tools. Even that is really hard, because then the entire footage is going to be just washed out and very whitewashed. So you want to always film with just a little bit darker, as you can see here. But sometimes it's hard to balance it out because maybe you're trying to get the sun and the sky, you know, because this was a sunrise, but when it gets brighter out, I did have to adjust the frames to like accommodate for like the sky and all the other colors. So that's where like an ND filter can come in handy. I didn't have it on me this day because I literally ordered it in the mail and it came the next day. But ND filters can be great for like sun glares and stuff like that. And it also helps protect your lens too. But just notice every layer of glass that you have in front of your lens, it doesn't lower the quality, but it's just another thing, another layer in front of your camera glass, your lens. So just something to be aware of. And I'm going to be talking about a lot of stuff in between here, so I'm going to do, if you ever want to redo something, you do Control-Shift-Z for a computer. Okay, as you can see there, I put it back to where I had it. I'm going to ripple delete. I'm going to hit spacebar. You can hit spacebar to play, by the way. You can hit spacebar to play. Your cut tool, these are shortcuts now we're going over in no particular order. If you hit C, that's cut, or you could hit the razor here, that's the cut tool. And you notice it has the letter next to it, so that's the letter on the keyboard you would hit. If you want to go back to mouse, C, you just hit V. C and V are right next to each other. You're going to be doing that a lot. I believe you can also customize these in settings if you're you really want to save time and get to know it, which you might do that down the road. But anyways, so yeah, once you're done, or well, let's say I want to cut this, you would cut right here, and then yes, this is the playhead at the top. Okay, you can drag this where you want. This is how you move around also. Okay. We're going to go back. Now, I didn't want that cut there, but I was just showing you that. So we're going to Control Z. It's going to undo that cut. And now you're like, oh crap, I still have the razor. How do I get it off? You just hit V. You can hit V, or you could probably change it to like M for like mouse. I don't know what this is. That just popped up. So we're going to hit Control Z. There's a lot of stuff that I still don't know yet, but a lot of it I do. So each button, you can kind of research and go in and see like what, you see all these different command prompts and stuff like that. You can see, you know, save is Control S, yada yada. You know, you'll hit stuff sometimes, you'll be like, crap, what did I just do? Just, if always you don't know what you just did, you want to redo it, then just hit Control Z, okay? That's the undo button. So, as you can see, you know, it's kind of starting to come together, right? Now, I'm going to make two versions. I'm going to make a widescreen version for YouTube, and I'm going to make a version for Instagram for vertical, and we will get into all that later, but you know, we have to get through all this first. I'm going to make the horizontal version first. That's my recommendation, because you make that first, and then it's not that you can't go back, but there's something to do with a sequence setting and all that, and I'll explain that. This entire thing right here is called a sequence. Usually when you drag your first clip over, it creates what's called a sequence. That's really all you need to know about that. It just creates it's like creating a project, but you know, they call it like the project sequence, basically. Two things in the same thing. Or two things in our same meaning, basically. You're just creating a sequence of clips, okay? So, you want to start doing if you want to do this the same way that I do, because, you know, YouTube, I get it, but if you're making a YouTube short, it's got to be a minute or less, right? So, otherwise, the algorithm it might not trigger, and, you know, Reels, Shorts, and, you know, TikTok Reels and stuff like that, they do better when they're just shorter, because of the whole attention span thing, yada yada. So, I don't really care. I like to have my nice work posted on, my nice, like, widescreen work posted on YouTube, because YouTube it's a long format channel, and it's just also the king of widescreen. So, and it just looks beautiful when you blow it up to 4K, because you get to see the entire screen, versus on Instagram, where, you know, we have kind of subjected ourselves to vertical, you know. There used to be IGTV, if you remember that, but that is no longer a thing. That was 4K, which was really cool back then. They don't have that anymore. So, moving on. So we're going to continue to trim these clips here. Now, I do have a couple of duplicates in here, so I'm going to start to get rid of some of these, but basically, this is going to be, we're going to be attacking different angles here, because Michelle did dance from literally she did north, south, east, west. That was kind of the thinking behind it. Now that I'm watching it back, I was like, ooh, all these look good. I'm going to use a snippet from each one, and then leading into the sun, where you see here on the right, or to the east. So, I'm going to continue to get rid of these. Get rid of unnecessary footage and backdrop and stuff like that. You know, I gotta decide what looks good to my eyeball. I'm hoping that you'll be there, hoping that you feel it too. definitely like that clip. This is your volume right here. You can kind of mess with that if you want to. I'm not going to mess with that right now. There's like left and right channels. So you hear that probably in your left ear, just like I do right now. Okay. Just do the right one. So you can play with the volume right there as well. Also, this is the city of Phoenix. Where'd it go? City of Phoenix. City of Phoenix is right over here. See all those buildings right there? That's all City of Phoenix. And the valley is all over here to the east. Anyways, you'll have to excuse my ADHD. I am kind of all over the place, but you know what? That's what you get with a free tutorial, so you just have to accept it for what it is. Anyways. Good. Okay, that's not what I did earlier. Okay, so we're going to move on. You're probably wondering, like, well, how many clips is he going to use? Well, I'll get to that, don't worry. This is me on the gimbal filming her against this background here, okay? Which you just get warmed up here, but I am going to use a snippet of it. And I don't want to see it if you don't want to see this through. Until the sun beats the rise. Great song, by the way. Rufus Du Sol. If you don't know who they are, you gotta check them out. Legends. They're part of the Foreign Family Collective. It's called, they have about 4,500 subscribers, or no, 45,000 subscribers on YouTube. They have a very, very big following. Their music is incredible. So, yeah, I'm going to use this part most likely where her hands go like that, just for dramatic effect. Okay. And I'm going to bring that over. Boom. Alright, move on to the next clip here. It's time to get some work done. So just watch and I'll explain where I need part. I'm going to keep it. I'm actually going to drag this up just to keep it up there. Sometimes I like to keep extra spare clips up top. Fast forward here. Oh, okay. Another. This is some more B-roll. I'm gonna drag this over here. This is the effort and the work and the magic that goes behind making, you know, a music video or a movie or a short movie, short video, anything. Takes a lot of time. Clicking around. So obviously, I wanted her leaning against that wall. I said, no, do this. I want you to do it again. I think she left something over there. I think that's what I want. So I had her do it again. I was like, alright, get back up. Okay, so boom. Deleting all this. Seconds of footage that we do not need. had her down dance here. Now on the south side, oh, pretty cool pose there actually. Yeah, nice thing also, if you didn't know, if you can go back on your 4K footage and you can take excellent still images from the 4K footage that hold the high pixel resolution, and you can use those for, you know, your social media or whatever. So if you don't know that, you know, you can do that with your 1080 footage too, which is just below 4K, or any 720, you know, what was it, 420p. But obviously the higher the quality, the better still image. So just keep that in mind. So she's dancing. So I do want this back. I want to see something real quick. Because I liked how she was leaned up against that wall. Let's see, what was she doing here? It was really short, wasn't it? See, this is why you have to make sure you get all your clips. Like if someone doesn't do something right, make sure you tell them to like redo it, because it can, you know, ruin the whole thing sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna. I thought I needed something, but I didn't. Okay, so we're gonna get back here. Okay, I don't know what I did there. So if that ever happens, just click C or V or whatever, back to your cut or mouse tools, and just click out of there. Okay, so we're just gonna drag that right there. What was this? Let's see what we got here. Oh, I think there was like a sign. What was I doing? Oh, I just said I want to start behind this and then approach it from the angle. You guys probably like music, I assume, so we're gonna just move this over here so we kind of have some background music. I think you can. Yeah, you can. You see how you have. So this is your effects control panel. If you ever want to adjust something, you click on it. Just for the sake of this video, I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit. You want to click on this arrow. It's going to drop down a bunch of stuff. Let's see, what is all this? Or you can come over here and let's see. Don't mess with any of this if you don't have to. But let's see, channel volume. Let's see what this does. Okay. Okay, good. So I turned the volume down a little bit, like way down. Let's see what this does. Okay, good. I kind of want it like right there, just for now. There's some background noise so you guys can still hear. That way you can still see me edit and all that. Where's the main clip? Oh yeah. So if you whatever clip you want to work on, make sure you click on it. Get back to effect. I always like to have effect controls back to this point. So next you are going to see what the heck was going on here. Oh, okay, so I wanted to like, you see how you can't see her? I wanted to create this effect where it was like looking at the brick and then boom, out of the brick I come, and then you'll see here. And you see how like the magic of this, like me zooming and panning in? You know, this volume is not cutting it for me. I'm sorry. I gotta turn up a little more. Gosh dang it. Can't get it perfect. I tell you what. A little more. A little more. Okay, that's perfect. Let's go back to this clip. You can see the color, right? You see the sky is blue. You know, she wore a nice white outfit to kind of. Rufus Du Sol is actually known for having like kind of a lot of like white attire. And when they actually played in Arizona at the Van Buren, they actually sold these like nice white jackets, and it said "Soulless" on it. Because I believe that's the name of one of their albums or one of their songs. But anyways. So, just kind of going through this. You know, this is a good clip right here. This was originally going to be the clip, but I said, you know what? We gotta wait for that sun to pop around the mountain on the other side. Okay, so it's a good clip. We're gonna keep this up here for now. What's this clip? This is another clip? What was this? What was going on here? She was just, what was I doing? She's just getting ready. Da, 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 da. Yeah, as you can see, you know, sometimes I must have been trying to get some kind of you know, sometimes you start up, then you pan down, and it gives it like an effect. I'm going to delete that. We're going to bring this over. Where are we at here? So, oh, there's this again. We already did that clip. Oh, so as you can see, the sun is starting to, well, the sun is right here now, but I wanted to get some really good B-roll of like the kind of forestry or the shrubs nearby. Now look at this. I just want to show you how the quality of this camera. Look how good this is. Now, this is recording in 4K at the time when I filmed it, but the screen recording might be in 4K or it might be 1080, but you can still see the detail of this plant. And this is the type of stuff that makes the cinema aspect of the shuffle dance video, or whatever you're recording, of course. And the camera has got really good focusing ability, so you see this was in the front, and then it went on to the next piece, and you see you got everything else blurred in the background. And I did it again because I was like, I was not convinced. I was like, no way, I just did that. So I had to see it again. So I was like, oh, I was like, wow, okay, this is nice. The first pass by was better, but which leads me to now we're gonna trim this clip. Okay, so about right here. Let me just make sure I didn't do anything at the end. Yeah, okay, so good. So now we want that. Okay. So there's that clip. So now you can see the sun is coming up right there. This is, you know, this is before this clip. The sun is up right here. In this clip, it's still poking up. So we're going to. So this is the actual clip right here. I'll show you just a little bit of it. Oh, what's going on here? I thought I clipped it. Chop. Okay. Ripple delete. Right click. Ripple delete. Let it play here. And now you can see I started above here because I just wanted to give it this like cool effect. See how the sun pokes in right there, the rays? Excuse me. Okay. Alright, so she's prepping. She's getting ready. That's actually cool, I like that. So you see how I hide the sun behind her too? So I'm actually going to, I know I don't need all the other stuff, so I'm going to go about right here. I like when she did this, where she went left to right, to left. I want to get a little bit more of that in. Where was it? Let's see. Also, if you hear any notifications popping up, apologize. Anyways, so we're gonna just check this one more time. Yep, so her leg goes up. So she's right to left, to right, to left with a sway. Okay, now here's where I did the reel. So right here, I'm gonna cut. I'm actually gonna drag this back because I don't need some of that footage. I just want B-roll. This is B-roll type footage right here. Okay. Boom, as you can see, now we start the real thing. Boom, boom, boom. There's another thing. You hear how the music is perfectly to her steps? Bop, 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 bop. Now, sometimes that just happens, you know? It's cool that, like the magic of it just kind of matches up. However, we are going to fix it regardless because that's not, none of this is where it needs to be, but it's just cool that you can hit spacebar, hit play, and, you know, the music will just kind of match up to the beat of their rhythm, if you will. So, what are we? We're like 56 minutes, something like that. There was a couple spots I did mess up on. I'm gonna have to go back and trim, audio-wise. So, but I think we are almost about an hour into this. Anyways, so this is gonna be the final of the 4. It's gonna be like probably north, south, west, and then east for the final. The sun will pop up, and that will be like the final. Like you'll see this until the very end. So you'll see this like until this point right here. You know, that'll be like kind of like the outro or something. So the walking up the road, the plant, you know, the shrubbery, the panning of the mound left to right, all that's going to build up to this. And you're literally just building a big, you're just putting puzzle pieces together. And it comes down to it, guys. It's really who's ambitious enough to sit here for an hour and do this, you know? But I will tell you, the more you do it, the better you become. And the better you become, the faster you get at it. And the faster you get at something, the more projects you can bang out effortlessly, but while still giving it that, you know, that pizzazz, that professional touch to it. It just takes a long time at the beginning because you don't know anything, you know, and what you don't know, you don't know. So you can't be hard on yourself because you got to go out and film so you can learn what I'm doing right now. You got to go out and film so you can fail, so you can learn. You got to fail. You got to go and mess up a few times so you can learn to get faster and better, you know? Just like anything. But it all comes back to ambition. How ambitious are you with your current hobby, passion, whatever, to make it to the point to where you're like a perfectionist or, you know, professional, to where you can charge money because, well, we live in a capitalistic society and, you know, that's just how it is. You have to charge money for your skills and your time, so you might as well get good at something that you love doing. And yeah, little rant there. So here's another clip of her looking out. As you can see, what am I doing with the camera? So we're gonna chop that. About right there. Alley-oop. So hands on hips. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so there's that clip. We're gonna ripple delete. I know, trust me. We're about, what are we, halfway? Yeah, we're more than halfway. Okay. So I'm gonna go like this. What's this clip now? Oh, gotta have more B-roll. See? Tying the shoe. It's gonna all add up. Trust me. Okay, no, I already, just like I said, I already did the work for some of these. Ooh, look at this. Check this out. Now see this color, what you're seeing right here, this is like what I call true to spec. This is exactly what I was seeing on my gimbal monitor display. I have a monitor, Shinobi Ninja. That's one of the best video screens that you can get, monitor screens, while you're filming your footage. And you can change the settings on your camera and stuff like that, shutter speed, ISO, aperture, and all that right there, and it gives you, you know, the perfect look that you want on the screen. Now, there's a little LCD screen, obviously, that is on the camera typically. That I do not recommend using that, because you will use that, especially when you start moving to these professional cameras. You are going to find out real quick that, oh no, like the screen was so small that I couldn't really see the sky in the background. You know, you couldn't see the color, you know, like her hair, you know, the brown, you know, the white, and like the brown of the mountains, and like the actual green of the shrubbery. It's going to look either really blown out, because it's hard to see that on a small screen. So when you get the bigger screen, the Shinobi, for example, or whatever screen you get, it's going to give you that full field of range and field of depth via colors and all the correct tones, if you will, color tones and everything. Now I might make things a little bit more vibrant, but I might make things pop a little bit more when we get to that part. But that's it, really, you know. So I wanted to have her walk towards the camera. Oh, okay, we're gonna get out of that. So like I said, I already trimmed that clip, so I did some of the work here. We're gonna this one. I wanted to have her walk. Again, you can see no shakiness in the camera. Nice smooth footage. This is movie quality stuff. This is what you want. Okay. Side views, you know, I'm showing you guys not only how to edit the video, I'm showing you the angles that you want to get too. Now look at this sun beaming off the side of her face. Like, look at that. You can see the glare, you know, like kind of the reflection. Look at that, and you can see the detail. This is, you know, what you get with 4K. Shirt is maybe, yeah, a little bit blown out, but since it is a white outfit anyways, that's okay, because you know in your mind that, oh, hey, yeah, it is a white shirt. You know, it's okay. It's not too bad. I could fix this because it's not too overblown in the background. But it still looks pretty damn good. Look at this. This is ridiculous. You can see the shine, you know, the sparkle. You can see the nail polish. Now, you did see my reflection there, or my shadow, if you caught that. Now, I had to stand back at an angle. I did catch the part that I wanted, so it's fine. But you will not see my shadow. And this is things you have to look out for, too. If I was standing completely in front of her, obviously it would have been right here. You know, you don't want that. So, you know. Also, if you hold left, right on the... oops, hang on. If you hold left or right on the arrow keys, it's going to move the position of the frames faster. As you can see, right, left, you know. I don't know what up or down does. What is it? Yeah, up and down. Up and down literally jumps a clip. So it literally jumps clip by clip by clip. So up or down key jumps the clip, left and right goes through each frame, as you can see. And sometimes you want to do that. Especially if you're trying to capture a still image. You know, let me go to this real quick. Where was that other clip? Right, we'll say right here. Say you're trying to catch this particular, boom, right there. Sometimes you have to surf through each little frame by frame by frame to get that desired frame. And maybe you want to take an image from that, so you can just know to use your arrow keys. And then yeah, if you want to jump around quickly, up key goes back, down key goes to the right. Okay, so that's pretty much it for that. What are we, a little over an hour. So, so now it's time to piece all these together. Now you might be thinking, how the heck do you do that? I'm going to show you. Ooh, that was cool. That was a perfect pan the way I went around like that. Okay. It's actually kind of cool how that works. I might keep that. That's just kind of cool. Sometimes transitions, you can make your own like random transitions like that. Okay, so yeah, now it's time to put everything into order really and watch the magic happen. So, obviously you don't want to start here. You don't necessarily want to start here because, I mean, you got to show her walking up, you know. So what you want to do, you want to grab all these clips. We're going to put these right here for now. That's a nice thing too. You can move clips around wherever you want. And this is the part where you want to also put the clip at the beginning because it is going to be on the drop. You know, it's going to be, so you see this too? When you hit spacebar, this is like your, kind of like your playhead, but it shows you how long the video is. So now for Instagram purposes, I'm going to have to figure something out because to hold engagement and all that, you know, you can only post 1:30. So I mean, if it drops right here, you know, the song drops in at a minute like most songs do. Well, then I'm gonna have to figure something out. I might, you know, that's why I said I'm gonna make the full length thing first on horizontal. I'm gonna export that, save it, and then I'm gonna go back and make the Instagram. I'll probably make 2 videos because this is gonna be really long as they usually are. One will be a YouTube like version. The other one will be for, you know, Instagram. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to trim that up, obviously quite a bit. It's not going to be over an hour, but let's see. So